Message from Matthew Ward. Origin, Operation, Myriad Expressions. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. We have been asked how the guilty verdicts on all felony charges levied at Donald Trump affect the progress of the light in that country. Although the trial has given political and legal analysts something akin to scandalous fodder to discuss, it won't loom larger than footnotes in universal history. Even Earth's energy field of potential, which reflects activity on the surface, had only hiccups when the verdicts were announced. That is not to say very little of importance is happening in that country. There and elsewhere, even the strongest of souls are being buffeted by the surging energies during this last phase of the light versus dark battle. The darkness knows it is done for, and the waves it is making in its last gasps are being countered by intensified light from myriad sources on and off planet. You are among them, dear brothers and sisters, and your light is strong indeed, but your third density bodies are susceptible to bouts of fatigue and imbalance caused by clashing energies. Light is far more than the only weapon that can conquer darkness. Light is who you are, powerful immortal souls. Light is everything that exists in this universe. It is the life and consciousness of this universe. I asked my mother to please copy here passages I'll designate as we go along. Whether the information is new to you or familiar, keeping it in mind will help you navigate the months ahead with self-confidence, peacefulness, and optimism about Earth's future. The excerpts below are from Illuminations for a New Era and numerous messages. Suzanne, Matthew, please tell me about divine light. Matthew, it's not as if tacking divine onto light promotes it to lightest, mother. Simply, light is divine. Light and its indivisible love component is creator source energy, the most powerful force in the cosmos, and the very essence of life itself. Love light is creator and creation. Not only is it the life force of everything that ever has been created, it is the composition of souls. Each soul has its own unique light streamer that identifies it regardless of its spiritual evolvement station, where it is located in the universe, or in a physical or etheric body, or free spirit status. You are eternal beings of love light, and your energy's high vibrations have been creating betterment on the planet during all the years you have been there. Simply by being you are that powerful, that influential. Only for simplicity of speaking do we usually say light or love. The words are interchangeable because light and love are the very same energy. They may be seen, felt and expressed differently, but they cannot be separated any more than two sides of a coin can be. You could say that light is the makeup of a soul and love is the capacity of a soul, but those cannot be separated any more than the soul can be separated from its eternal linkage with God, the Supreme Being of this universe, and with Creator, the infinite, eternal, omnipotent and omniscient source, oneness of all. The light attributed to the sun actually is from God, through the Christed realm, which is Creator's first expression of itself. Always Big Bang has been a misnomer. The beginning was completely silent as Creator/Source/Creation expressed itself as light. Creator, the ultimate being and supreme ruler of the cosmos, source from whence everything in existence comes, creation, its action and products. Immortal souls. All in existence throughout creation is manifested and connected through the energy generated by the continuous flowing of light being directed and received. There is no beginning and no ending. There just is the oneness of all. Every soul is part of it and each has the capability and the choice to generate light or darkness. Light comes into this universe through its Supreme Being, whom you may call God, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, or any other name, and everything is universally connected by and within this energy. This entire universe is light. Therefore spirit, which is considered faith, and science, which is considered fact, are one and the same, light fluctuating at one frequency or another. The balance that maintains universal order is provided by systematic expansion and contraction. That constant motion of the light enables minds to perceive self, other people, the environment, everything seemingly visible in your world as solid, whereas the universal reality is everything you see as light fluctuating along an unlimited frequency band, and producing vibrations whose range also is limitless. The high vibrations that are the driving force toward peaceful negotiations also are crumbling everything based in dark intention. Words emit vibrations, and the vibrations of light, peace, and love are among the highest. Via the universal law of attraction, or like attracts, like, words vibrations combine with like and go out into your world. Words in high vibratory ranges merge with the light, low are drawn to energy streamers, with dark attachments, and words emissions intensify the source they join. Absorbing light, which is simply living in godly ways, is the body's best defense against the toxic elements in chemtrails, and all other forms of pollution. Light strengthens the immune system, and helps to achieve and maintain the balance that promotes healthy bodies, minds, and spirits. We cannot tell you how to discern if your cellular structure is crystalline, but we can tell you the transformation from carbon structure comes with light absorption, and that comes easily. As God told my mother, it is as simple as, be kind. The importance of carbon-based cells being transformed into crystalline cannot be overstated. Crystalline cells contain cosmic knowledge, and enable bodies to retain viability in astral planes, where Earth is headed. Reception of light is the province of the soul. Absorption of light is the province of the body, which directs light into its cells that have been programmed by the DNA to accept it. However, dark, or scientifically speaking, negative energy attachments block the light, thus preventing its entry into the cells, and correspondingly negatively affecting the DNA. It is through that blocking process that the dark forces are able to make puppets of persons on Earth, whose intentions and free will choices are based in greed, ruthlessness, and lust for power. Those persons cannot produce light themselves to uplift their motives and deeds, and that is why light from other sources must be sent to them. When it is sent in such abundance that you could almost call it a love assault, it cannot be ignored, because the energy surge is so powerful. That is why we urge you to send light to persons whose actions you regard as unconscionable or diabolical. This is not condoning what they do, or being indifferent to the suffering they cause, and it certainly is not supporting their actions. What it is understanding that darkness is not the enemy of light, or the opposite of light, it is the absence of light, and only by having that void filled with light can the darkness in people be overcome. The painful wounds of people and of Earth herself have been caused by every form of what you could call evil. Exposing it, literally bringing it to light, is necessary so that healing can come. Light love is the only essence in the universe that can heal pain, whether in a single person, or in a universal force field with such magnitude of darkness that you cannot begin to imagine it. This is why it is vitally important to send light to people whose behavior and actions you regard as detestable, to try to put light into their choices and activities. Verbal or written pleas may or may not touch their conscience, because that layer of the soul atrophies when its messages to the consciousness are ignored time after time after time, and light reaching them at soul level is the only way to help them. It is true that one to whom light is sent may refuse it, and just as true that only light's healing energy can eliminate hatred, violence, oppression, brutality, and warring. Retaliation in kind never will do it. This is the physics that governs this universe, the universal law of attraction, or like attracts like, that is in constant motion. Whatever energy is put forth in the collective consciousness of Earth's people shoots out to their universal mind, attracts like energy, and brings that back to your world. When light love is in minds and hearts, it brings more light to you, and wars and violence stop. The power of light love is the key to everything. Please keep this foremost in mind when the ones still hidden behind their dark deeds are identified. Do not dim your light by focusing on punishment for them, but rather think of them as what they are, the weakest links in the chain of oneness, and send them the healing energy they need to uplift themselves and strengthen the chain for all souls. Matthew, it's hard for me to separate my thoughts about the people who are causing such terrible suffering from what they're doing, so I don't see how I can send them light, much less think of it as love. Mother, you would turn on a flashlight to guide someone out of the darkness of uncertainty and anxiety, onto a path where they are confident and secure, wouldn't you? Those souls have lost their way and are fearful and foundering. Don't think of them as their deeds, but rather what you want for the world. Think of kindness, helpfulness, justness, and sharing. Think about all peoples living in peace and harmony, and send those light-filled thoughts to the souls in darkness. I thought that by loving people, we automatically send light to them, but now I'm wondering if there's more to it. You're right that feelings of love for someone carry light to that person, but you're also right in thinking there may be more to it. So, even though it's not necessary that you understand the sending process for it to be effective, I'll explain how it works. Light is within your spirit, the feeling you describe as light-hearted, when something is giving you joy, or you're remembering something that was special to you. Think how you feel when one of your dogs comes to nuzzle you, or you hear one of your favorite symphonies, or see a beautiful sunset. It's as if your whole self is lighting up, and that is what's happening. You're actually being filled with light simply by the experience. The light is coming from your soul, connecting with your mind, and flowing through your body, to produce lovely feelings, or an inspirational aha. You didn't have to do a thing to get that sensation, and whatever evoked it didn't have to make any special effort to create your feelings simply by your soul's receptivity to the light. You get it. Light, let's call it love, because that's what we are really talking about here. Passing from one person to another is no different in cause and effect, but you may want to initiate it by focusing on someone. When you do, instantaneously the vibrations in your thoughts and feelings reach that person. The energy flows from you along your thought form of intent and intensity, and the same measure of love that you sent goes directly to the energy address you want it to. There can be no false addresses, because the intent and feelings are totally clear. The receiver won't consciously know this, of course, but the receiver's soul is aware of the delivery. Most simply stated, being receptive to the light enables spiritual clarity that transcends third density's limitations. Those include prejudice and hatred of differences, acting in greed, judging others for their choices, holding resentments, or desiring vengeance, getting ahead by ruthlessness, and cheating and lying, controlling others' lives, and denying their free will, blindly following dogma or orders, when instinct tells that they are not based in godliness. And the greatest of all third density's limitations is fear. Actually, all of those other negative emotions and actions I mentioned arise from fear. It's logical to think that by changing in some of those negative areas I mentioned, you are being light receptive and growing spiritually. Positive changes certainly are progress, but not to the degree you may think, if you still feel fearful about personal or world situations. Spiritual growth is learning to live without fear, learning to fully trust the unequaled power of love. As for everyday use of light, mother, let's say love here. In your world love is boundless, yet that isn't recognized even though the word is so commonly used. In simplest terms, love is God sharing of himself with all of his creations. Love is the healing force of the universe. Love is within the soul and needs only your allowance of those innate sensations of loving others and receiving their love for you. Love has no limitations, no boundaries to its capacity. In expression, love is treating others with kindness, fairness, honesty, compassion, helpfulness, caring. If love can be said to have ingredients, then those are some of the ingredients of godly expression in action. Knowing that you and God and every other of God's creations are inseparable is love. Knowing that Earth is a sentient, conscious life herself, and respecting all of her life forms is love. Realizing that no one can know others at soul level, and therefore does not judge them, but rather does not condone an action seen as injurious, is love. Listening to one's God self is love. Living the kind of life that engenders loving self is love. Feeling joy yourself when you see it in others is love. Doing something that brings joy to another is love. Forgiveness of self and others is love. Sharing your resources with full heart is love. Doing good deeds without attaching expectations is love. Feeling peace of heart and mind is love. The quiet thrill of seeing a sunset, or hearing a songbird is love, and a smile is one of the simplest and most radiating expressions of love. In any or all of these instances, and many others that you may encounter that instinctively you know or love in action, you are manifesting your love for and of God. Mother, I don't think I've told you anything at all surprising. But perhaps it is good to have some references as a guiding light in these times when darkness may seem to be overshadowing the magnificent abundance of love in your world. Thank you, Mother. Beloved brothers and sisters, you are powerful simply by being, because you are integral parts of Creator Creation Source, the Supreme Being of the cosmos and of the Supreme Being of this universe. That is why you eagerly volunteered and were chosen to help your Earth family realize that with love light, they can transform their third density world into a fifth density paradise. A marvelous goal to be sure, and, in the continuum, already a magnificent success. All light beings in this universe honor you, and support you with the power of unconditional love. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. Mira of the Pleiades, stay on your path. Greetings, I am Myra from the Pleiadian High Council. I greet the ground crew with my strong embrace. You are doing an exemplary job right now on the Earth. We on the Earth Council are pleased with the rapid progress that is being made at this time. We know it has been a rather bumpy road with no sign of ending. We assure you this is far from the truth. Everything is happening at once, and this is another reason the energies are chaotic and confusing. However, humanity is wising up. Many are becoming more aware. It just depends on where you focus. Both sides of the news are askew, and you already know that. There are many personal agendas that are being delivered to humanity right now. Each one is somewhat of a ploy to capture your energy, to take your fear and use it for their own purposes. We do not want you to allow this, so when it comes to fear we ask you to consciously let go of it. Do not feed that energy. This is important, and it is part of your spiritual journey of moving into higher consciousness. There is a saying that I will share with you: don't look at the alligators along the side of the road. Stay on your direct path of safety and freedom. Do not give them any attention or energy, and they will leave you alone. They do not know what to do without your fear and your energy. The Earth has long been overwhelmed with aggression. This is dark and negative energy. This will be eliminated as you move into the fifth dimension and higher. Energies of power over others in any form will not be allowed. Pay attention to those who are doing this, and know they will be removed. The Earth will become safe, still, peaceful, and harmonious, and each soul will be honored and respected. There will be no need for power over others, or aggression in any way, whether it's an animal, or some other type of creation. This is going to be a thing of the past. I am Myra, sending you all my love and support. You are making the Earth very special in many ways, and you will know this as you progress. sorceryofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.